Hello guys, it's me Zane. Look who we have here. We have here 3 Catasetums and today we're gonna work with them. Well, touch base a little bit on their care and on the reasons behind the repotting and stuff, and also we're gonna repot them, all 3 of them. And if you wanna see more videos like this, well, check out my channel and also subscribe to it, and also check out my Instagram account where you can find pictures about plants, because why wouldn't you look at plants on Instagram? I cannot get it. So yeah, let's get to work. Oh. These are all of my Catasetums. This big guy is my Catasetum planiceps. This other one is my, oopsie, I forgot the name. This is my Catasetum pileatum jumbo green gold. And this tiny guy here in the front, this is my Catasetum Charlesworthy crossed with the Catasetum ornithoides. I want to repot them because they need repotting. Let's take a look at all of them, let's talk about them, and let's repot them. So for the repotting, I'm gonna use my tray here, which is already like, there are some sphagnum species on it already. Let's start with this one, but before we start doing anything here, I want to mention that Catasetum orchids have a very distinct growing pattern, which means they start off with growing a new growth in the springtime, and they are growing a big, huge new growth. In the summertime, they are growing huge leaves and huge pseudobulbs. Okay, not this one, because this is a tinier seedlingy one. They need a lot of water and a lot of nutrients, so they will consume a lot of energy. And for that, you will need to put them into something which will provide that. So today I chose to put them into sphagnum moss, and after that, when the autumn comes, they slowly slow down, they mature the pseudobulb, and in the winter time they have this dormancy when they lose all of the leaves, and most of them bloom at that time, but sometimes they can bloom on immature growths. And one of the famous Catasetums which is supposed to bloom on immature growths in like springtime or summertime is the Catasetum pileatum, which is this one, but this one bloomed for me in the autumn. So I don't know, question marks there. Now we can get to work with this one, Catasetum Charlesworthy crossed with the ornithoides. Now this was a project plant. A bunch of orchid YouTubers and orchid people actually ordered the same orchid from the same seller just to see how the flower is gonna turn out, because these seedlings, which were siblings because they are coming from the same batch, and they can turn out differently. So that was the idea behind that. Mine did not bloom because, you know, maybe I fucked it up. That's not really good. No. I put it into this tinier container with inorganic alternative to sphagnum moss, which is supposed to be synthic. Okay, synthic can work really well in certain types of setups, but not like this. Yeah, there is that. I'm just gonna squeeze the pot so everything will detach from the sides of the pot, and I'm just gonna pull it out. As I'm looking at this orchid, I can see that it has 2 new growths this year, which is kind of fun. I'm just gonna remove these synthic pieces and see what's happening with the root system, but I think since Catasetum orchids regularly go into a dormancy, the root system just dies off. Sometimes after 1 year the root system dies, sometimes after 2 years. I'm not afraid if I will break a lot of roots because they are dead anyways. I can just push them and see if they are dead, but pretty much all of the roots are basically dead now. I'm gonna use also these tiny scissors. It's already sterilized. I'm not even trying to untangle this root system here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. This is what I'm left with. I can see 2 new root tips here growing. That's a good sign. So this is the perfect time to repot it. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen right now, because when orchids are growing 2 pseudobulbs, you know, they have to share the energy between the 2. Okay, right now I'm gonna wash out this pot because I'm safe to reuse it, because, you know, this orchid was inside this pot. I'm not even gonna bother with like cleaning up this tray. You know, I'm just put everything aside. as a medium, I'm gonna use sphagnum moss. If this orchid would have roots, I would put a base, a bottom layer of sphagnum moss inside. Then I would place this orchid and fill up the gaps with more sphagnum moss. But since there's like no roots on this one, I can fill up the pot already with sphagnum moss to the top. I'm gonna make sure not to compact the sphagnum moss. I'm just gonna place this orchid on the top. But wait, it's not gonna sit there. First, I will make a tiny little dent, a nest situation in this pot. And after it, this would be really wobbly if I would leave it like this. So I'm gonna use this really skinny, what is this stick, and I will just push that into the sphagnum moss and secure the orchid to this stage. Our first repot. The next one is my Catasetum planiceps, and I thought I will bring you closer, change up the angle a little bit, so you will see right now what am I doing from closer. You know, I'm gonna squeeze the pot and take the orchid out from its container, and it's not gonna be really hard. I don't need anything which is here except some new growing roots, because they are already growing into the sphagnum moss. I'm gonna really gentle around these root tips. I don't want to damage them or do anything. Right now I'm okay with this situation. I'm gonna leave this little stuff here because, you know, I don't want to damage some more roots there. But as you can see, I have here these two dried up pseudobulbs. Well, since they are dried up, the orchid will not use them anymore. So I'm just gonna remove them because they serve like no purpose. These pseudobulbs are connected through a rhizome, and I'm just gonna try to find this rhizome and cut it. And when I'm just pulling a little bit on them, I can see that the connection is somewhere here. So I'm just gonna go in here with my scissors and cut through this part. Okay, so here is my orchid. It's ready to be repotted. Again, without roots. By the way, I'm using these pots which have these ventilation holes, mainly because I'm reusing these pots. I don't use too many ventilation holes right now. I'm just gonna do what I did with the previous one. I'm gonna fill up the pot with sphagnum moss and call it a day. Okay, I'm gonna place the orchid inside, and that's all. Basically. And again, this one is ready to go. And here is the third one, my Catasetum pileatum jumbo green gold, the little problematic bitch. It has long roots, so that's not ideal. I should have repotted this one a little bit sooner, but you know, I didn't have sphagnum moss, so what could I do? The second thing, I don't like it. I will sell it because the blooming is not a real blooming, it's just a whole process of opening and wilting already at the same time. I'm gonna repot it into this bigger container though, because this is a big guy. Catasetums can create a huge root system, so I'm gonna repot it into this bigger container. I wanted to say that I will squeeze the pot so the roots won't be attached to the sides of the pot, but that's happened. And right now, I honestly don't know what to do. Okay, so I'm full of happy sap now, sugars, you know, I'm a sugar daddy again. I'm just gonna repot this plant as it is. I'm not gonna bother with removing this portion, since every root can actually grow towards the new sphagnum moss, which is going to be around here. I'm gonna put this sphagnum here, so it will be somewhat centered, and I'm just gonna fill up this part which is empty, and I'm gonna be really gentle. And I'm just gonna do this final layer of sphagnum just to cover up a little bit these roots which are there, so they will feel more moisture and stuff. So right now, since these Catasetums are starting to grow, it's actually okay for me to use a little bit damp sphagnum moss. Okay, it's not like full on wet sphagnum moss, because that would be bad at this stage. As you can see, this is a little bit more secure than the previous one, but still I'm going to use a stake, and I'm gonna stake it just for security reasons. Okay, this one is ready also. That's actually great. Okay guys, so here are the 3 repotted Catasetums, which we repotted together. I just want to mention that when the Catasetums are in their dormant period, they don't need basically any watering, and you just can forget about them and place them in the corner and forget about them until the next spring. For this reason, there is this thing that when you should start to water the Catasetums again and when you should not water the Catasetums still if they are in dormancy and whatever. You should start to water when you can see that the new roots are actually picking up water. That's pretty logical. If they are not picking up water, the water will stay inside the pot, and it can actually rot your plant. That's not really ideal. That's not what we're here for. When the roots are already picking up water, you can increase the watering and water it after it regularly. Soon you will actually notice that they are drinking a lot of water. They are drinkers. They are big drinkers. And that's why you should repot them in the spring when they are just growing new roots, so you don't end up like damaging some new root tips like I did right now. But you know, I was late with the sphagnum moss, so I had to suffer. Okay, so this is my video for today, and I hope you liked it. If you liked it, click on the like button. You can subscribe to this channel, you can leave a comment down in my Novito section, and follow me on Instagram. And see you next time. Bye guys.